2015, Trudeau vowed to scrap the F-35 jet fighter program. Fast forward to 2022, and Trudeau's going to buy those jet fighters. This is the Great White North Report. Remember back when Justine was just a young lad. Him and the Liberals vowed to scrap the new F-35 fighter jet program that the Harper government already put so much time and money in since 2012, if elected. And when he did win the election in 2016, that's exactly what he did. He scrapped that program. And he said that our Canadian forces are in a state of stagnation. So, in its place, they would launch an open and transparent competition to buy more affordable planes to replace Canada's aging CF-18 jets. The money saved by the scrapping F-35 procurement go primarily to increase in spending on the Royal Canadian Navy. Right. The primary mission of our fighter aircraft is defense of North America. Well, Ukraine kind of destroyed that notion. So why did they do it? Well, the Conservatives announced they purchased the jet fighters in 2010. So this is already 12 years past when the intention to buy. And they were going to purchase 65 of them. So there's a lot of problems with how transparent the process was. And it would estimate it cost $44 billion over its 4-decade lifetime. Well, inflation's gone up since then, so it's going to be a major thing. So now fast track now, and we're going to buy 88 new fighter jets to replace the aging CF-18s. This is the hypocrisy of everything. This is just so much time wasted when we could have already had these things. So now the Canadian government chose this as a preferred replacement for the Air Force's 4-decade-old CF-18s, when it could only have been 3 decades old, and opened negotiations with the stealth jets manufacturer Lockheed Martin. So what a complete waste of time this has been. Unbelievable. They say it's the right price while maximizing economic benefits to Canadians. Committed to running an open, fair, and competitive process. We are delivering on that promise. Things like that have no, you don't need an open, fair, competitive process. We need an actual jet that doesn't break our bank. And the fact that it took over 12 years, all that money spent paying politicians and analysts to write mountains of paperwork on the pros and cons of this outweighs what it would have cost us back in 2010. And it's a $19 billion contract for 88 of the ultra-modern fighters. Now, when they said 44, that they were talking for the actual fighters plus their lifespan. Trudeau, he wondered if they actually worked back in 2015. Well, the United States has been using them pretty successfully since then. Now, do we need stealth technology? Well, this is what I think. If the entire Ukraine war ever spun out of control and we became embroiled in a general World War III, the Russians would probably send troops over the Arctic, taking over key points. This is hypothetical, of course. A stealth fighter would definitely hamper that. If we deployed our stealth fighters over into Ukraine, it would help. So a stealth fighter is great. I'd like to see a mixed fleet. Get some of the new Boeing Super 18 Hornets, but we're not going to get that because we pissed Boeing off. And it's just amazing how much time we wasted on this project. And then we had to start all over again in 2016 to buy a jet. And it's been 6 years. How long does it take to pick a jet? Now, how soon are we going to get these? So right now they're refining the price tag. But a $19 billion price tag is good. I'd rather spend $19 billion on our jets than spend $6 billion every year on foreign aid. And I think the Ukraine war gave a kick in the ass to that. Because I hadn't heard anything about the fighter jet procurement until Russia invaded Ukraine. Now all of a sudden they see the urgency and how useless our fighters are. We couldn't help Ukraine with our fighters anyway. We have no Russian air defense, would just kill them. We could have spent those 10 years. Let's go from 2012 to 2022. We could have spent those 10 years. We could have bought those fighters. We could have had our pilots being trained while we're waiting in the F-35 to get them comfortable and get them used to it. Now, when we buy these fighters, we're going to have to get our pilots trained up to speed. We should be sending our pilots right now to the U.S. to get trained in this. We should also keep our CF-18s as a reserve air force. Just put them in dry storage. I don't think we have a real bone desert like the United States does in Arizona. But we could definitely do something like that as a reserve fighter force. And our CF-18s could still be used as patrol planes. Give them something to do while they're still able to fly. Or sell them to another country that needs fighters or that wants them. Like the Australians did us. Anyway, with the stupidity of the Liberal government at its finest. Any Canadians out there, let me know what you guys think about the Liberals hitting the launch button on the F-35 fighter jets. Was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? And leave comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear from Canadians. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I put things out every so often. Till next time, this has been the Great White North Report.